It is time for an AI-generated Baldur's Gate 3 intro with AI Nate. This was a dumb bit. This is stupid. Alright, AI Nate was a horrible investment. I should never even bothered making him. Back here with real Nate, playing Baldur's Gate 3. Last episode, if you missed it, I finally took out the looters of the Goblin Camp. Jorah Ragzlin was my last one I had to get, and he is done for. Now, an unexpected consequence of this. Turns out, taking out the entirety of the Goblin Camp pissed off the goblins outside the camp. And I don't really know how they found out because the door was closed, but it might have been the drums and explosions. We won't worry about that. But I don't really know how I'm going to get out because there's a lot of them. Alright, by my estimation here, we've got at least 6 enemies. That's as high as I can count. Please don't tell anyone. And you may be wondering how I'm planning to get out of this. My only plan is run away. Run away as fast as I can and hope they don't kill me and just get out of here. Now, I'll give you a few seconds here to guess how that went. Yeah, that's right. I went up the stairs and backed myself into a corner and died immediately. So, what's my new plan here? I think, I could fight my way up, but nah, that's a lie. I'm teleporting out of here. Forget this. I'll come back and beat them later. I am not dealing with that right now. So I decided the first group of enemies I was going to take down after taking out the goblin leaders was actually more goblins. I just can't get enough of them. I'm going to save this gnome that's currently rotating on a windmill. First, I'm going to go up in this little house here behind some of them and sneak attack and take out the first one here. Now that activated everyone, but that shouldn't be a problem. First off, I opened up with a dagger tornado and placed it right on top of the couple goblins here. This worked out great in my favor, because not only did it do damage right away, once it went to their turn, it even killed one of them. And the warg decided to run straight through them. So that's a bunch of damage right off the start for me. Next up, I figured I'd make quick work of these two goblins right next to each other by shooting a fire arrow at them. Took out the first one no problem, and did some good damage to the second one. Now, since these two wargs stopped right next to me in the same spot, which made my next move all too easy. I'm doing another cloud of daggers. I got one spell slot left, so I popped it down right on top of them, did some good damage right away, and surprise, surprise, when it went to their turn, they just both died. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And 2 simple goblins left. That is quick work for Sneaky Frank. Not even a problem anymore. And then I can finally go save the gnome, and I'm not gonna lie, I might have hit the wrong lever, and he's rotating a little too fast now. He might have flown right off and gone into orbit, so oops. Yeah, we don't talk about this, okay? Alright, I couldn't live with the fact that I just yeeted him into space, even though I must say that was hilarious that I accidentally yeeted him into space. So I rolled it back real quick to the last save, and I actually stopped the thing this time. I talked to him real quick, he was quite rude to me, and then I pushed him on his way. So all is well, that ends well-ish. So I have one important thing I want to do before I leave Act 1 here. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not fully alone in my camp. I can't have everyone in my camp that helps me. However, I could get the dog and the Owlbear Cub because they just run around and look cute. So, making my way down to the Owlbear Cave, which would require me, you know, getting rid of its mother so I can steal the cub, I ran into these absolutists here, and I thought, I could just take them out real stealthily. But I decided, you know what, I'll go up and talk to them. And somehow, I picked the chat option where I convinced them to go fight the owlbear with me. I didn't even know that was an option. So I guess we're going on down there. Before I made my way down to the cave, I made sure to pick up the brain worm off the guy on the ground here. And I decided I was going to put it into Call the Weak, which allows me to automatically kill enemies once they get to low enough health. This will hopefully prevent incidents like where Jorah Ragzlin was at 1 health and somehow still killed me. Alright, it is time to take down this owlbear and steal its child. Wow, that sounds really bad when I say that. So, I moved on in, I've got my helpers here that I conned into it, and we're going to make quick work of this beast. So my hope for my opening move was I was going to go up, past the animal handling check so it doesn't attack me, and then sneak around and get in a sneak attack on it right away. However, I failed the animal handling check, so that means I just got to fight this thing with no sneak attack. So I opened up this fight with doing a quick ranged attack on it, my allies moved in, and we started doing some good damage to the owlbear. The owlbear did slap around my friend, if you want to call it, for a little bit, and slapped me around quite a lot, but then, in the middle of the fight, even though doing some good damage, my allies made a very critical mistake here. I'm here to steal the Owlbear Cub. They attacked the Owlbear Cub. They had the audacity to not know my plans when I didn't tell them my plans. So that leaves me with only one option. Since I already told them to come down here and fight the owlbear, if I go up and fight the owlbear, they're going to join in. So I guess I gotta kill them before the start of every fight now. So they're gone. They fought the Owlbear Cub. They made a mistake. They gotta go. And I polished them off no problem, because I think I was supposed to run into them a little earlier in the game, not, you know, after finishing off the Goblin Camp. But that's okay, because now I can fight the Owlbear and take the Owlbear Cub completely unbothered. Alright, now that they're taken out, it means I can fight this Owlbear unbothered. And I went up to try to do the animal handling check, and this time passed. So this gives me a little time to think. So I flipped through my inventory, scrolled through all my spells, you know, as you do when you're bored and just scrolling through Twitter, you find absolutely nothing useful. So I decided I was going to go up and try to talk to the Owlbear again, which was a horrible mistake because they got mad at me, because it's an Owlbear. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised. I started grappling with this here Owlbear, and the Owlbear Cub decided to want to come and attack me as well, which I understand. I understand its nature to do that. But the game had the audacity to give me the option to do Hellish Rebuke on the cute little Owlbear Cub. Why would anyone do that? Why is that even an option? It should just automatically say, you know what, I know you can do this, but we're not gonna. You don't want to do this. Now, I'll save you the whole time, so you can probably guess where this is going with me one-on-one fighting an Owlbear and its cub, which, I'll be honest, I actually got a lot further in this than I expected, and I'm pretty proud of that. But it did kill me. It absolutely killed me. So I'm going to need to come up with a better plan for this fight here. Okay, first actual plan for this fight. I'm going to start off by shooting with an arrow from further away and then move my way back towards the cave entrance and have it follow me. And hopefully as I go, I can just keep plinking it with arrows. Now, did this work? No, I missed my first arrow and it ran right up to me much faster than I expected. So I'm fighting it by hand again and yeah, I died. Oh man. Okay, new plan. Plan 2. Okay, I think it's time I take advantage of the fact that this cave has 2 paths to get over to the Owlbear. So I'm going to sneak around the back way here and drop down a cloud of blades on it, and then I'm going to hopefully take it out with arrows and use the same idea I had before of backing up. This opening worked a little bit better, and I did a good amount of damage to it, and when it jumped over to me, it tried to swat me, and it did some damage, but more importantly, that activated my Hellish Rebuke, which did a nice chunk of fire damage to it. This fight's looking a little better than the last time. Now, unfortunately for Sneaky Frank here, this is still an Owlbear we're fighting, and Sneaky Frank is a squishy little man. So it does a lot of damage very quickly. So even though that I've used a couple potions here, yeah, it can kill me in just one turn, basically. Okay, well, you know, it means it's time for plan 3. Yay, new plan. Alright, this has gone long enough. I think it's time that I use my favorite spell here. Smoke Powder Barrel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak around back. I want to make sure I pass the animal handling check, actually. So I can get up nice and close and put the Smoke Powder Barrel where I want. And then what I'm going to do is, since I have passed the animal handling check, I can move around freely. So I'm going to go in for a sneak attack, which means the Owlbear will be surprised. And then I can back up a little bit, use my fireball attack, and then blow up the Smoke Powder Barrel and do some serious damage right off the bat. Now this worked fantastically, and I got the Owlbear to about half health, but the fight's not over yet. So my next move here is I'm going to shoot an arrow at it and run behind this pillar. Because since the Owlbear gets an attack where it can jump, fly at you, and try to crush you, if I'm behind that pillar, it can't actually land on me, so then I can avoid that attack. This idea worked like a charm. It couldn't get through that pillar. It flew at me, didn't hit me with the flying. It did hit me with the claws afterwards, but that didn't do too much damage. My next move was to use False Life to give myself a little extra health. I got super lucky and the Owlbear missed me horribly, which allowed me to just attack normally. I got it down real low, and then once it got low, to not have a Draw Regs and repeat where it was at like 1 health and killed me somehow, I used Magic Missile to make sure that I hit it, and I took it down. So, Owlbear is down. Owlbear Cub is mine. Finally, the fluffy thing is mine. But now that I sit here, the atrocity I've committed may not have been worth getting this fluffy thing, and I'm going to move on before my conscience catches up to me. Alright, now with the Owlbear taken down, that means it's time to go get the much easier to get pet, Fluff or Scratch or whatever his name is. So I'm going to make my way over to the suspiciously placed dead body with a nice cute dog next to it, and I am taking that dog home. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good fluffy forest dog? You should come with me. You should totally come with me. Oh, okay, not yet. I understand. Need your time, need your space. All right. You wait here. You know where my camp is. You sniffed my hand. You can find me. I'll see you later, Scratch. Now, after this, did I long rest specifically just to go make sure Scratch was in my camp? No, it was totally to heal the wounds from the Owlbear. It was definitely, it wasn't, no, I want to see the doggy. Oh, Scratch is at my camp. Good dog, good dog. That feels like a good spot as I need to end the video. I've collected my pets finally. Now, there's still a couple things I want to get done in Act 1. Namely, I want to go check out the Githyanki Creche because they've got brainworms in there, and I want the brainworms. So tune in next time to see me try to take out the Githyanki Creche. That's going to be painful. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, I'd love if you left a like down below. If you want to stay tuned for more, you should hit that subscribe button. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.